Buster Makes the Grade is the second segment of the seventh episode of Arthur. This aired originally in October 1996. And in this episode, Buster finds out that he has to pass his next test. Otherwise, there's perhaps an indication that he might get held back and he won't be able to go on to the fourth grade with his friends. And Buster doesn't really seem to understand the gravity of the situation, but his friends do, and they all try and do everything they can to convince Buster to study hard, so that he can pass the test and go to the fourth grade with them. Buster doesn't really seem to care about this. Will they be able to convince him to study and pass the test? I'm not going to say exactly what happens, but I did like the episode for somebody who was, to be blunt, a swot at school. I have always enjoyed doing revision or revising for tests. It's a good opportunity to show what you know. Buster and I are very different people, but it's great to see that all of his friends also had their own strengths and ways in which they could try and help Buster if he was willing to accept the help. And I think that that's something that's really beneficial, and it's a nice way of looking at it. If you have a friend, if you're of the age of these characters, give or take, and you have a friend who is maybe not doing so well in school, maybe there are ways that you can help them and you can work together. And there are ways you can make learning fun as well. And I definitely think it's a nice episode with a good message. I love Buster as a character, but we are very different people. And the idea of being held back, I mean, I'm glad that's not a thing in the UK. If you don't pass a grade, you don't get held back here. I don't know if that's kind of commonplace across all of the states or if it's only in certain places, but the idea would fill me with dread. Clearly not so much with Buster, but I think there's at least a character in this that everybody can relate to. Each character, of course, being different. But I really liked it. Buster Makes the Grade. I really wanted the best for him. I hoped for the best for him. Whether or not that works out, I won't say. But it's definitely a really fun segment and definitely very important.